welcome you guys to the 4th Speaking Volumes Poetry Slam. And from what I understand, we have is high school students in here, right? Yeah. I can't hear you too well though. So high school students are in there, right? Yeah. So what I'm going to need you guys to do is be extra loud so you make it very hard on our fantastic judges we have in the front. And I'm going to introduce the judges to you first before we get started. And our first judge, starting on my right, is Ms. Mallory Nagy. Ms. Nancy Roberts. Ms. Mary Wilson. And Ms. Barb Hayden. And I know this is poetry, but we do not snap in here. You guys got to be loud, so this has got to be interactive. You guys understand that, right? You know what interactive means? Yeah. So if you hear something you like, you guys got to get loud, right? Yeah. Fantastic. So we're going to get started. How many of you guys have actually been to a poetry cafe before? Some of you? All right. Well, I'm going to give you an example real quick of spoken word before we actually get into our contest. And how I normally like to start is I normally like to get a topic from somebody in the crowd. So who's brave enough to give me a topic? Dreams. Who said dreams? Dreams. Dreams is the topic, huh? All right. So what I like to do is I normally like to have some music accompany when I get into poetry. So I'll take the topic dreams and we'll come up with a poem real quick. So if I have some music, that'd be awesome. That's nice. So when I think of dreams, it always makes me think about when I was a kid for some reason. Not that I don't have dreams now, but that's where I feel like I started and it was so innocent. So I would probably start off something like, man, what would it feel like to actually get up from here? I mean, get up off of the ground and stop pretending. What would it feel like to actually be something like that astronaut? What would it feel like to actually be that NFL player, or maybe even be a hero? Man, I wonder what that would feel like. Would I be brave enough to do it? Would anybody believe that I was a hero? Do I even see myself being that? Now let's scratch that. What would it feel like to actually write a song, to come up with words that people would like, to come up with a groove that people would dance to, maybe change somebody's life? I wonder what that would feel like. Do I even know how to play anything? What if I wrote a speech and that speech was so good it stopped every war in the nation? Man, that'd be awesome. What if I could get up off my butt? Maybe that would be the first dream that I have, is to walk. Thank you very much. Our first contestant, we'll have Booker High School going first, and our first contestant coming from Booker High School. Miss Chandler Powell.
This is unhappy. Victims of dysfunction, voices of conjunction, lives of ever wanting, hearts always being crushed and the love lost. When love died, the cross burned, their hands tied, the blood red, tears blue and black, full of I step down and you step back. Of retaliation based on degradation of I trust views, broken bonds in the making, Caucasian color, separated by money and speech, black and white, these pigments, their figments, and they're out of my reach. The war fought, my freedom bought a game, a fight between the have and the have-nots, between the you got and I ain't got, between my dad's here and your father's not. That's rough. Sad story, an African-American dad story, about how he left us, how he left you. Mom, I'm sorry for all I put you through, for the father stay in my life, so I can have someone strong, so I can have two someones, and not just mom. My mom's strong, black mom, strong, taking place of the dad that all the while is just stringing her along. This is the real world, little girl. Treat every second like your last, little girl. The kicks and punches, taking stride. For my world is full of intimidators. How a conscious mind is the survival of the fittest, they say. Bruised but not broken, they say. Until you have lived my life, you can't have anything to say. Because I was born from the war when the giant fell. Saved by the light when darkness fell. Called by you. Words of truth, and now I stand. The black and blue. Places where child abuse and pornography is seen as an indifference, a normality. Where prostitution is used to bring home the bacon. When they should have the privilege to stay home. A man stated his claim. And I am a person, an enigma. I am more than the world views me. I am more than how the world sees me. I am more than the world brands me. I am more than one man can be, because I have a voice, and I'm not afraid to use it. Full of opinions and an innocent cluelessness. I am me. And in the world today, my world today, there is no one like me. You will only find one champion.
Put your hands together for our next contestant, Ms. Colette Martinez.
I'm slowly losing feeling. The color in my eyes has turned gray and dissolved into the tide that takes my words away. I'm losing the voices that curl up in the cobwebs in my head, the voices that were once green and deep. I once held the verdant sounds in palms that were fertile and secure, but now symphonies slip through my fingers like sand and fall to the ground in a deafeningly quiet descent. I watch the small piles gather phrases of dead music. I don't cork the flow of dry rain. I just let the wilted songs pour through my hands. Because nothing is more satisfying than feeling toxic dreams escape the mind. A continuous cycle of pink smoke pushes through my pores in parades of blushing clouds, creating an aura of sunsets that float around my head, lifting my spirits, lifting my heart of iron from the sting of stomach acid, and realigning my spine. Thank you.
Next contestant coming to the stage is Ms. Alexandra Wonovich.
Hi. Chapped lips. Living in the desert of my mind, I find peace in what most would in such a dry place. Expressing myself through sporadic kicks in the dirt. The more I stirred the dust through the wind, the more clogged the air felt, and the easier I breathed. It was easy for me to see the possibilities in the looming clouds. For clouds hold hope, clouds hold wonder, clouds hold rain. Pouring into the realms of the broken road, my words drop with the weight of my anxiety that crashes from my chest. The tight pain of another noise rips in, a noise of deep revelations that lingers between my fingers and travels through my moving legs as I march on. And when you have nothing to block the rain from ruining your cloud of dust and grime, you learn to catch it instead. You learn to spread your arms wide, find the pockets in your shirt, open them, and just live it. Because the thing about walking in a dry place with only mischief to keep you company, you learn, and I learn, that it's not how you see things, it's not how you look at the world, and it's not how the world looks at you, it's how you look at yourself, and how yourself looks back at you.
Judges, you guys good? All right. Next contestant is Miss Cindy Starcher.
I spent my life living in a bubble, a place full of magic and possibilities. My friends were all in bubbles too. Together we would dream about a bubble castle we'd build. The world looks bright, shiny, and clean from our pretty little bubbles. But then, there's this feeling of dread and a horrid sound seeming to come from all around. I watched as my friends fell from the clouds. Being in my bubble all alone, I still saw the sparkling castle. In the distance, I strived to push my way toward that. However, something caught my eye. Who knew silver needles sparkled so beautifully? Pain sometimes comes in a beautiful form. However beautiful something is, though, it doesn't dull the pain. There was an incredibly sharp feeling of loss from my childlike visions, as I fell so hard and fast to the ground. When I finally got off the ground and took a look around, all I saw was pain and despair. Tears fell from my eyes. I had lost my dreams, and my hope had faded. Reaching out for an old friend now only results in cuts from opinions, accusations, and the truth. I can handle scars and pain, but being alone is the worst part of my reality, and that is what drives me to insanity. I guess that is why my friends can rise, and I'm stuck here. My friends have all chosen to close their eyes and pretend everything's all right. Now they're all hovering in the air in their dirty little bubbles. But me? I'm forced to see the truth and accept my fate. I am one that fell from a bubble and now lives in a world full of despair, pain, and scars.
But please put your hands together for Mr. Javen Humphrey.
Good morning. To hear someone's life than to live it is completely different. In my world, you have to be strong because the journey you'll have is long. To be under the age of 10 and be tortured at the mind is a dangerous game. To be stripped from your mother, then your brothers, and put into to be put into violence and told to be silent is outrageous. The feeling of being alone, I think you'll have to go out and fend for yourself without anyone's help, is like a mouse scurrying away from a hungry bull that's ready to constrict him for his life. And as the mouse thinks to himself, knowing it's all over, waiting to die, to be engulfed by the bowels of a boa. For a young person, that's a lot. And that's why I say, don't judge a book by its cover. Just know, to stay right, you have to shine bright. And to shine bright, you have to find light. And light is everywhere, even in the corners of the dark. No matter how dim light can be, as long as you can see the path of what's right and what's wrong. And always, always know your choices are strong.
All right, so our next contestant coming to the stage is our last contestant for Booker High School. Please give it up for Ms. Nashari Jones.
It's a mentality. We are damned as a race, human that is, haunted by all sorts. We are damned for our color of our skin, leading us in cumbersome circles of stupid, statistically. We are damned for at the midlife crisis he will raise his head at the maximum age of 9, if we're lucky. Statistically, we are damned for our women are treated as tunnels instead of temples. Statistically. Well, statistically, I refuse to be damned and to let this vibe on my internal cord. There's a rhythm in my ways and a practice in my speech. My insight is quickly derived from my curiosity versus that evident mentality, a sixth sense only gifted to those of the brown descent. Expected to embrace it, but to embrace it would damn us to stupid, damn us to fall, damn us to fail. Mama didn't raise no fool, or has the raising of the children been disconnected too? For the actions of the flesh surely say so. A disconnect at the mental, a miscommunication from the cerebral to the temporal to the frontal, causing a seizure of reasoning on this rolling cipher. We are damned. Do we not know that the idle mind is the devil's playground? Or have we been blinded so? The choices of the damned are the same choices of those of the minorities, which are the same choices of those of the statistics. There is a siege on brown, which consumes lives, which gave birth to this mentality, who is a cousin of anger and frustration, which was fathered by straight stupid, and along the way, straight stupid and relentless, they came together. creating issues that have festered. I don't think you caught that. There is a siege of brown on brown which consumes lives, which gave birth to this mentality, who is a cousin of anger and frustration, fathered by straight stupid. Along the way, straight stupid and relentless, they came together, creating issues that have festered. Please fall down, telling these lies, crease in your pride, deaf brown ones seized from this seizure of reasoning and faith and prayer, so the choices of the flesh may reflect. Damned by color, damned by gender, and damned by a mindset. Statistically, turn the panels of time so the fire of this wild mentality spreads not. Unlock a gifted awareness and embed us in all. No limit. Otherwise be damned by the statistics. Lost, alone, forgotten, pregnant, incarcerated, dead. Society will look and says, there goes another brown. Choose to be the minority of the minority. Statistically, it's a mentality.
So, you got judges are good? All right. So now we're going to turn it over to Sarasota Military Academy. All right, and our first contestant will be Trey Wilderby.
This poem is for my mother. My mother is like a beautiful, blossoming oak tree. She rests peacefully on a steep hill, overlooking our front yard. She can be seen from every corner of the house. Her roots are my sturdy foundation. They reach deeply into the soil, refusing to budge. Her thick, lengthy branches provide shade for the whole family. Whenever I cannot support my weight, she reaches down and scoops me up. I can forever rest in her extensive canopy. She is a beacon of hope through a dark and stormy day. I cannot imagine the hill without her. And although I know her life is not eternal, she will always be firmly dug into the depths of my heart. My mother is the oxygen I breathe.
Judges, you guys good? Okay, our next contestant is Miss Grace Cespedes.
Little girl, 5 years old, she runs to greet her daddy home. The smile on his face never fades. He brags about her grades in school, her big brown eyes look up to his, wishing to be like him someday. So brave, so strong, he puts his life on the line to keep her safe while he's gone. Seasons change, years go by. She starts to see his smile die. Slowly, slowly, he starts to fade. Still so close, but gosh, so far away. He says to her, I'm still here, I'm never leaving, but even the simple phrase of I love you sounds like he's lying. He buys her gifts, gives her hugs, but each time he does so, it feels like she sinks deeper and deeper into the grave that he dug. Now it's years later. Now he's gone. Now daddy's little girl, she's forever afraid of being loved.
And our next contestant, you guys ready? Our next contestant comes to the stage is Mr. Cody Patton.
This poem was inspired by the book the things they carried by Tim O'Brien and by what I see in the world today. The baggage of men. This baggage of men, grief of the fallen, terror of the end, the longing for a friend. Alone, they carry this weight in this land of war, fighting for what seems to be right. All that drives them is this fright of death and his son. This baggage of men they carry to the end until death comes as a friend.
All right, one more time for Cody. All right, our next contestant is Miss Savannah Cyrus.
Welcome to this world. You will be judged on every aspect of your life. What you wear, who you hang out with, what music you listen to. They say be yourself, but people will hate you for that. Mock you, despise you for everything you do. You can try to make friends, but somebody out there won't approve of you. Somebody out there will find a way to earn your trust and then throw it away. Welcome to this world, this vicious world, full of lies and hate, full of lost promises and broken hearts. Welcome to this world. Enjoy your stay.
All right, judges, you ready? All right, so keep your hands together for Mr. Cole Thomas.
I awake to darkness. I awake to silence. I awake to myself. They dressed it up, try to make it seem like something good, pretend it has higher purpose through our brotherhood. It's funny they say that, pretending to hold your hand, except the only thing you have left to hold is the hope that they could possibly understand. I'm 6 feet deep in the ground. Dirt piled above me, can't hear a sound. Saying this is my vessel of freedom and happiness, but it's really just me in my casket filled with nastiness. When it comes to my problems, I am the source. So I thought I could wait here for some mystical force to sweep me up from my pain and misery, because to me, it's still just a mystery. I hear a vivid noise, and I jump, scared but with joy. I think that I'm finally saved. Someone has come to dig me out of my grave, and to my surprise, when I see the door of my casket implode with the very dirt that has masked it. Before I let go of my breath, I suddenly realize what I have left, and without hesitation I charge the dirt with every ounce of energy that I can possibly exert. Blood coursing through my veins, sweat dripping down my face, loved ones' tears on top of my grave. I am not dying today. I am surrounded by this soil, and my lungs feel as if they're being boiled. My hand bridges the very base of the grass, and the last grain of sand falls from the hourglass. He says my time is finally done. Nothing I can do that he has certainly won. But I can't give up. I have just felt the sun. So I turn the hourglass over, and for once, it's not my world that has been spun. I emerge from my tomb to my real life, knowing that I can finally put away the knife. And all that is perfectly good. I no longer feel the need for my guile hood. I feel the dirt and problems lifted as it begins to drizzle rain, knowing that I can start living without driving in the wrong lane. I turn to see what was written on my tombstone, and I smile as I read the script. Carved in white marble, I read, in quotes, just taking a trip. I turn from my grave, thankful that I'm unscathed, and whisper to him in a quiet voice, sorry, not today.
We're down to our last two contestants for Sarasota Military Academy. Please put your hands together for Mr. Coy Carter.
Good morning, the name of my poem is My World. Put your foot in these size nines and you still won't understand my passion. My life, my world, my soul is tragic. I'm like a post-edit check God just won't cash in. I mean, it's gotta be 5 o'clock somewhere, I'm stuck in traffic. My self-esteem so my nowhere from the laughing. You would think I was fasting. Because I'm too black for the white kids and too white for the black ones. I lost my soul, you think the doctor described them? Because babies are having babies, and ladies aren't even ladies. Their soul, their mind, their heart, their soul to the new, got in the new Mercedes with a gold watch, a gold grill, but he never graduated. Has a pocket full of money, but he's 2 years behind on his child support payments. And the excuse why is because his baby mama is crazy. And this is what I see on a day-to-day basis. My people went from fighting the Brown versus the Board of Education to going to court daily for drug and murder cases. And for that reason, there's never a night I'm just getting on my knees and thanking the man who saved me. Because even when I'm lost in society, he still sees the man inside of me. So I could care less about what the dollars see, because only me and him know what I could be.
Ladies and gentlemen, our last contestant from Sarasota Military Academy, please put your hands together for Miss Whitney Stewart.
My poem is entitled Josiah. He plucked cotton under merciless sun, spines stiffening, palms bloodied and draw, because old Massa tell him to. Cheek to dirt he slumbers, piercing midnight chill nips at his nose. Canopy of Van Gogh's starry night looming on Slave Row. Jolted by overseer's horn and numbing fright, a wielded whip, he wills himself to preserve life's breath each day in. Time elapses gradually, eyes infinitely glazed. Ivory candle wax continues to drip, a scorching goo. Fire absent, heart colored in dreary pastels. Whippings are his constants, rawhide-padded beasts familiar with his Achilles heel. Each blow daring blood not to rise in defeat. Knees buckling, he grunts in pain, African back glistening in sea of red. Hideous disfiguring bumps appear, eternal reminders of his enslavement, Josiah's mercy at the whip. Wobbling, he pads through the brush made eerie by crescent moon. Buzz of slaves singing a gnat in his ears. Nostalgic, he lays by illuminated lake, dreaming of Caroline, of her chuckle, her slightly crooked smile, of her faith. Allowing the rejuvenating aqua to kiss his fingers, he breathes. The prospect of being enslaved to be owned by another man, as a china set might be ain't right. The once timid of slave hymns crescendo to its climax, then singing halts as a single shot slices the air, screeching in low tenor moans. Commence slaves frenzy, then all is still. Silence stuck to his skin like perspiration. He winces as he creeps up the nearest tree. Caroline, Josiah whispers, I ain't taking this no longer. It's about time I'm coming home. He ties the noose around his neck, sucks the silence in. 1, 2.
All right, so Our next school is our last school, and it will be Sarasota High School. Fantastic job, guys. And our first contestant from Sarasota High School is going to be Kyle Anders.
My phone was called Turning. In this dark room I've put myself into, you were the window to the world I could never understand. We could have had it all, but I'm sitting here at the doorstep of hope, beating myself with the truth. Now, regret fills my mind like a rushing bloodstream, but I'm still breathing the lies. Just like the sour taste of marijuana and cigarettes, my brain and bones are crumbling. Call me a dead body 6 feet under. I'm feeling so high, but I'm actually so low. I can't complain because I'm just going through the motions. I'm just trying to survive life, but I hate trying to strive for my life. I should just get over you. Actually, I gave you a rib from my body and you took my heart and locked it in a box with my confidence. I'm at the climax of my life, so your deception means nothing. You can let doubt build you a house. It'll be decorated by black deceit, with a turquoise pool in the back filled with yellow, captivating lies. Here's your eviction notice. You're on your own now.
One more time for Kyle, please. All right, our next contestant is Mr. Levi Bradford.
Hey, I usually wear shoes. This one's called Arizona Devil. In the car, it was someone that made us sweat. It was God that made us fall in love, and it was Journey that made her conceive. And I felt fueled that day. The world came into focus. I can't say whether God gave me these glasses or whether He turned the lens to clear up the foreground. Have you ever seen your mama cry? Have you ever made your mama cry? Well, let me tell you, it's worse than seeing the devil himself. Because you become the devil. And you're seeing the devil through his rose-colored eyes. Now, every nice stranger on the street becomes a stranger who just wants you dead. And you do too. And maybe there's no devil. Because with screws like me, who needs an enemy? To me, every end is fire, I said. You only leave when everything's on fire. And I was lost in smoke and wine and faithless fear. I've had kisses that make Judas seem sincere. But I didn't walk the night with a hiss of the critic's leg. And I guess I believe in God now. Because I can feel the hair, the skin, the veins on his father's arms. But why would God need veins? God doesn't believe. But I do. And I would have, if he didn't make me suicide impossible that night. But now I can see, can't you see, that I'm still here. I'm still here, and I haven't even thought about killing myself in almost 9 months. Thank you.
All right, our next contestant is Mr. Grant Mastro Mateo.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Just start whenever?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. The title is
shunned places. It is easier to catch your breath on the top of Mount Everest than it is to breathe in these shunned places. Newtown, Florida is like a welcome mat compared to Dayton, Ohio. You can feel the corroded metal signs on the crumbled, desolate cement buildings and skyscrapers that displays an impoverished civilization trying to reconstruct their culture of well-being and morals. But this culture fails to succeed, like a child failing to fix a broken home with little to no success, nearing the end of this child's innocent life. You will hear screams in these places, screams of sheer terror. It's the screams of children being pried out of their mother's loving arms, the only thing that brings these kids security and sanctuary. These tore down or half-functional factories spit out dark smoke that resembles a child's smile, only more twisted, demented, and distorted. Smell the deep, thick scent of marijuana fog with a hint of ashy cigarette butts and the lingering essence of malt liquor. Finally, taste the red liquid dripping, sometimes pouring down your face, like raindrops trickling down the side of your window. Taste the red residue on your lips. What you call blood, I call reincarnation. All this terrorized aftermath is from the infamous gang beatdown. But until the gang truly accepts you, then you will finally feel at peace with your once innocent self in these shunned places.
All right, so we're down to our last two contestants of the day. Please give it up for Miss Amber Mott.
The title of it is Past Eternity. My desire is that you are here in my arms for eternity. Because when I'm in your arms, in your warm, secure embrace, the world seems for once in harmony. Your presence surrounds me like a halo of pure love. I seem to not be in pain, nor sorrow, nor regret. You look into my eyes filled with compassion and devotion. Beyond time, beyond space, we are connected as one. You are a part of me as I am a part of you, with an ultimate love full of strength and loyalty. Beautiful, gray, hypnotic eyes send me into a trance, into an endless sky. You kiss my happily freed soul, so pure and innocent. Your touch is intoxicating. It's consuming. It lifts me away, giving me a new meaning to life, rebirth, like a phoenix rising from its ashes. When I'm with you, I feel as though I'm finally free. I'm pulled from this world of insanity and madness. I look up, and I take in that attractive face. I feel my heart beat rapidly as you now look into my eyes. And all I see are the gray stars shining through yours, revealing secrets unknown. You see my past, my life, and you choose to continue loving me. And when we kiss, I feel our souls intertwined as one, making me feel cherished and loved, like a goddess in the deep of the sky. I race from reality, more than happy to live this dream, willing to fight the world to keep our one soul alive. You make my world surreal. You make me feel, instead of agony, contentment and love. You are my air, my food, and my life. I want you to know I will always be here for you, throughout the tears and smiles, that we will always be together forever as one, and that our love will go on with no end, even past eternity.
All right, please give it up for Miss Celine Moon.
Mine's called Mommy. I dream her hands are loving. They embrace me through life. She is my guardian angel. She is my father's wife. She smiles and wears pearl white. With her soft voice, she says she cares. She holds a candle, bringing me light, swaying me to sleep after my nightmares. Lies! Lies! These are all lies. Her hands do not hold me, for she has thrown me away. She struck me and broke me, and now I haven't seen her in 3 whole Mays. She is no angel fallen from God. She is a demon with a clever facade. I sat and watched her tear through my home. Now my father is gone, and I am alone. There is not white surrounding her, only dark. She screams she doesn't care. She is my nightmare. Now what, Mommy? Now that I've gone away? Why can't you love me? Why can't everything be okay? Now my world is silent. There are no calls, no hugs or heartfelt words or screams, no fights that make me bawl. Is that what it's like, Mommy, to live feeling alone? Am I a normal child, Mommy, shattered, tattered, and prematurely grown? Mommy, is that really your name? Or was that another lie in your web of games? There's glass all around me, broken and destroyed. There is no adult to rescue me from this dark void. You left me maimed and unstable. You left me feeling unable. I'm unable to love. I'm unable to feel. I'm unable to forget. I'm unable to be real. Wait a moment. Make these words stop. Mommy, make the time reverse. Make the clock stop. It's too late, Mommy. Now I'm the worst because these feelings grew. The worst has happened, Mommy. Now I'm just like you.
All right, one more time for all the contestants. Scores, right? Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm going to have Mr. Felgowski, Ms. Harvey, Ms. Guy, and Ms. Mitchell, please come up just to say a few words about your kids and your school. So while the judges are tallying, you can tell them about all your hard work that you guys put into helping them get ready for today. So if you wouldn't mind coming up to the stage, that'd be awesome.
I'm Helen Harvey from Booker High School. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of our contingent that came to speak today, and thank you, Ethan, on the piano. It's very nice. I'd like to thank Cedric for working with our kids. That was awesome, and we hope that next year we'll even increase our interest, and I'm really proud to be here with the other schools. Well done, guys. Nice audience. Thank you.
And I teach at Sarasota Military Academy, and every year we have participated in some sort of poetry event, which I think is very unique, especially from a military academy. I'm so proud of my students, and I want to thank you all for coming today.
I'm Michelle Guy, Sarasota High School, and I want to thank all the poets who read today. They were extremely moving. I know probably along with the other teachers, we've been working extremely hard over the last 8 weeks, and I'm sure like all the other teachers, they've given up their planning time, which for us is a big deal, but it was worth every moment to come together today and hear the spoken word and know that poetry is alive out there. So thank you all, and you were a great audience too. Thanks.
Hi guys, my name is Jared Saldowski. I'm still blessed like a librarian from Sarasota High School. I just started with this event, with Cedric, about 3 years ago. It's growing up, as you can see around, we have so many talented kids around. I was a poetry writer by myself as I was a teenager, and I continue to support, teenagers, with the poetry writing every single year with our poetry contest, and also with this poetry slam. It's growing up, I would like to thank you, all of you. You are so great, for me, all of you, you are the winners. Thank you very much for Matthews, for supporting our team on the piano today, and go Sailors!
While we're waiting, I'm gonna bring all of the contestants back out on stage again, so we'll give them a round of applause. So all the poets, please come out on stage. Give them a round of applause. Got to be a tough decision for the judges, so I think we have to buy a little bit more time. How about I give you guys another poem?
Do it. Yeah.
All right, so I need another topic. Wait. What was that? Who said swag? Who said that? Wait. First, wait. First person to raise their hand, because I can't. All right, I got you over here. I saw you. Did you say Wales? I don't believe it. I'm definitely going to need some music on this one. Wales. All right. Wales. All right, let me think about this for a second. Wales. Who thinks something so big could get stranded? Literally in shallow water, on the beach, stuck there, wondering if you're ever going to get to the point where you can be deep again, where you can actually be submerged again, where you could actually be back in the deep abyss of your own self to be you, but no, you're stuck, stranded, not knowing if you're going to get a hand or foot. Maybe somebody's going to hit you with something. You don't know what your future holds because this is new. You're not built for land. You're stranded with your thoughts. Are you still the same creature you were when you were out in the open? Do you still have the strength left to make it through? Stranded? What do you do? So big, but yet so weak. So powerful, but you have no strength left. All you have is your thoughts. Stranded. Waiting for something to happen. But then, just like a new day, that wave comes. Moves you a little bit. Shows you that you still have life left. Another wave comes. Crashes on top of the other one. Next thing you know that you can move your limbs. You're not as weak as you thought. So are you stranded? Or are you just waiting for the next wave? Either way, you should remember who you are. Thank you.
First of all, I want to tell all of the contestants it wasn't an easy decision. It was apparent that you all spent a lot of time and put your hearts and thoughts behind all of the poems. So, and I want to thank Cedric. Cedric is a co-worker of mine and Mary Wilson's. We all work at Comcast. So we want to thank you for what you've done. So the first place goes to Celine. goes to Sydney.
So just to be clear, so first place actually gets $750. Second place is $500. And third place is actually $250. So we will be bringing to you guys shortly. But one more time for everybody who participated.
I just want to thank you all for coming and for participating in the Poetry Slam. I think as we're working in the schools, it becomes very evident to us that one of the most important things we can do is give you an outlet for what you think and give you an outlet for what you feel, and to honor that and to listen to you and to listen to your voices, so that Cedric has put together this event with a monetary prize and workshops in the schools to really honor you and your thoughts and your feelings, because what you think is going to be what our world is in the future. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you again to our wonderful judges who did a fantastic job. Thank you guys very much for coming out. I sincerely appreciate it. All right, and that's it. Musicians, will you please play us out?